Hi, this is Gary with Gary's Little Corner. Today is July the 3rd, and so I'm wishing you all a happy July 4th and a safe one as well. Today I'm going to touch on the subject of transgendered people, define what gender dysphoria is, and I'll discuss some of the costs associated with being transgendered as well as the challenges they face, not just economically, but with the general population in the United States. So, a transgender person is a person who's suffering from what's considered as gender dysphoria. So, they feel like they were born in the wrong body and gender than the gender they strongly feel that they are. Although most awareness of transgender people has grown exponentially over the past several years, the history actually precedes us by hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Is the ability to transition and has brought the topic more uh, to the forefront, as well as things like social media, television. So we're all becoming more aware of the transgender population. And so, what history shows is gender dysphoria was present all the way back to 4500 BCE. The first person to actually undergo any kind of gender reassignment surgery, also known as gender confirmation surgery or gender affirming surgery, is widely recognized as Lily Elby, I'm sorry, a Danish painter, and she was born as Einar Magnus Andreas Uyghurner, if I pronounced that anywhere near being close. Um, she was the first to undergo the transition, and she went under a series of surgeries back in the 1930s to transition from male to female. So the percentage of transgender people in the general population varies a little bit. It ranges from zero point 0.3 to 0.5% of the general population. There are higher rates of depression and anxiety in transgender people. Sometimes this is brought on by rejection, discrimination, and lack of support from their family, friends, society in general. They tend to be at a higher risk of suicide than the general population. Barriers to healthcare that they need to align with the gender they identify. So economic barriers is one of the biggest that is related to transitioning. Some insurance companies will cover the cost of hormone therapy and surgical transitioning, but that's a limited number of companies. The Medicaid and Medicare programs will also cover the cost, but not in most states. Other issues transgender people suffer from are is being marginalized. There, once again, the economic barriers that include the cost of hormone therapies. Surgical reassignment surgery can run into hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is a barrier for a good number of people who are considered transgendered. In general, transgendered people are seeing more acceptance in the younger generation, but older people, they still have a difficult time understanding. They claim that their disgust is coming from their political belief, their religious beliefs, and some people just believe it's too unnatural for their taste. Now, it's not that unusual for some people to feel if they should have been born the opposite gender as early as the age of 3. Also, some people do repress those feelings for years and do the best they can to live as the gender they were assigned at birth. That is until their gender dysphoria becomes too strong for them to ignore. And some of the changes the transgendered person has to make in order to feel more in alignment with the gender they associate with includes social and legal changes, such as changing their name, changing the way they dress, the pronouns they prefer people call them by. They do face some stigma. Not everybody, once again, is comfortable with transgender people, so they may be bullied in school at a very young age if they come out. And it's not unheard of for transgender people to be bullied when they come out publicly as an adult. It just starts in the school system and keeps going for the rest of their life. Uh, Having discrimination in the workplace when they apply for housing, denial of services, such as in restaurants where they may be turned away at the door, and they may be discriminated against in some healthcare settings and in sports, which I'm sure probably most of you are aware of by now through the press. Um and the bathroom can also be an issue, as you probably have heard already, if they're not quite passable in their gender identity they associate with. They may be kicked out of a bathroom or shunned while they're in there. Now, there are some famous people you may recognize as being transgender, some having gone through all the hormone therapies and the surgeries. There's several notable individuals that transitioned and shared their experiences and contributed to the increased visibility and awareness of transgender issues. Here's some of the famous people that you may be aware of already. Number one is Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, the Olympic gold medalist in decathlon, on reality TV with the Kardashians. She publicly came out as transgender in 2015, which made headlines worldwide. Most of you are familiar with Laverne Cox, an Emmy nominated actress and transgendered advocate, best known for the series on TV as Orange is the New Black. She is a very prominent voice for the transgender rights and visibility. Chaz Bono, Cher and Sonny Bono's daughter, who's transitioned to male. She is still a writer, musician, and activist, and she publicly came out in 2009. And she's been, once again, an advocate for transgender rights. Um, Janet Mock. She is a writer, a director, and a transgender rights activist. She's known for her memoir, Redefining Realness, which is her work as a producer and writer on the TV series Posse, or Pose, I guess that is what the word is. There's Lily Wachowski, filmmaker, screenwriter, and one of the directors of the Matrix film series. Along with her sister, Lena Wachowski, Lily publicly came out as transgendered in 2016. There's Andrasia Pijek, if I pronounced his name correctly. So he or she is known as the model for her androgynous appearance. Publicly came out as transgender in 2014 and has become a very prominent figure in the fashion industry. There's Gina Rosero, model and transgender advocate. She publicly came out as transgender in 2014 and founded Gender Proud, an advocacy organization focusing on transgender rights and issues. There's Harry Neff, a model and actress and a writer. She's known for her work in fashion and acting, as well for her advocacy for transgender rights and representation in the media. These individuals, among others, have used their platform to raise awareness, challenge stereotypes, advocate for greater acceptance and understanding of transgendered people. Their visibility has been instrumental in shaping public discourse and promoting transgender rights globally. The best thing that could happen in our society is that more people become more positive and accepting of our transgendered people in our population. You can see and learn a lot more about transgender people on YouTube, and some of those would include one of my favorite transgendered people is, whoa, I can't think of her name. Gosh, I'm sorry, but several transgendered people are on YouTube, and you can watch them and learn a whole more lot about it. You guys have a great day, a great fourth, like I said. And we'll see what I come up with next. You have a good night.